Hi, my name is Bryce. Welcome back to VHS Play, where we're going to be playing some Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo Entertainment System and recording it on VHS. This is just going to be a one-off episode because I had no idea what to do for Thursday, so we're winging it. Yeah, we'll just do one player, and here we go. And immediately I'm getting way too focused on the game instead of, the rambling and talking and stuff. So yeah. There it is. As far as I know, this is the same cartridge that has basically just always been around in my life. Yes. So yeah, Shadowgate ended early, which kind of left me with nothing for Thursday. I don't want to start the next big thing yet, because I'll be traveling this weekend, and I don't want to... Basically, I just haven't had time, so I'm barely cramming this video in. So, I think I know what I'm going to do next. And I guess along these lines, what even is VHS Play about? I keep coming back to the shared experience thing of, that's why I keep coming back and doing this consistently, is that, there's, some sort of just storyteller aspect, or something that's just I want to share these experiences of these weird games, or these old games. I want to do it with this weird VHS thing. I want to say filter, but it's not a filter because it's actually recorded on VHS. I feel like the effects of a VHS kind of, it might just be because it's nostalgic for me, but it feels like some sort of hazy memory, that way. And I really kind of dig it. Yeah. Anyhow. That's kind of the why, behind everything. But the show as a concept, it really all began on just hey, I can record things on a VHS and, digitize that. I wonder what that would look like if I played Kingsfield. Risking it. The entire premise was just hey, Kingsfield looks all sorts of weird and hazy to begin with. What if I also ran that through a VCR? I can words. And that was kind of where everything started, but it was also just part of the reason I'm doing this is just it's an excuse to play these games again. I was kind of hankering to play Kingsfield, and I think I just needed the excuse of, oh hey, I could, do a YouTube thing and upload these weird, hazy VCR recorded videos. Oh, jeez. I hate this one. Made it. I remember there was some weird trick where you get, off a pixel or something, and you were able to, kind of create a thing. Forgot about that one. Anyway, yeah, VHS Play has always just kind of been about an excuse for me to play these games again. And in the case of some games, which is going to be a lot more of what we're getting to, is stuff that I've just never played. Ah. Where is the thing? No, jeez. Come on. But yeah, like, you know, dang it. Basically, like, throughout college and everything, it's like I'd go to, you know, the used bookstore area where they just have, like, a bunch of old games for, that's embarrassing, whatever reason. And occasionally they would have, like, one of those old RPGs that I was meaning to get to. Rough. And, like, you know, I picked those things up when I could afford them and whatnot, and it was just like, you know, I'm sure good at having all these games around that I've just never played, that I'm meaning to get around to for, you know, 10 or more years. So yeah, that's kind of what this show is about, is just give me reasons to play these old games. Like, that's the, you know, the excuse side of it, but then also, like, the, you know, human side of it is just like, it's all about sharing the experiences I had with this weird nostalgia effect of everything. That's, you know, the whole part of recording on an actual VCR, as much of a pain as it is. I've discussed how just janky this setup is. I have a system hooked up to my VCR. My VCR is hooked up daisy-chained like to an old CRT that, you know, half doesn't work. Then, yeah, just wait. Made it. It's like after recording things on this VCR, excuse me, I then need to take the tape and run it through my digitizer, which is, you know, its own deal. As far as I can tell, the digitizer output is fine. Where things really go south like that is in the conversion process. The digitizer spits things out in like motion picture graphics format, which my video editing software doesn't allow me to use, and that's fine because that is like an uncompressed or like very lightly compressed video format. So I end up with these just absolutely massive files, which all of this ends up spitting out. That did not work nearly as planned. All this spits out as onto my old Windows XP machine. I haven't tried installing the software I need to use for my digitizer on... Dang it. I haven't tried installing the old software on like my newer laptop, but yeah, it's one of those things of I'm fine with using this old laptop because that's its entire purpose right now. But we're up to, you know, we have consoles, we have VCR, we have a digitizer, we have this old laptop. I'm using the same external hard drive that I've had since college. So there's another piece of equipment, and then finally we get to my actual laptop that I use and the video editing software that I use. Here we go. No. Good gravy. So at that point, yeah, somewhere along the way, I'm pretty sure it's in the conversion process from the .mpg file to .mp4. There is a way to continue in this game, and I don't remember how this works. It might just be like you have to have a high enough score or something, but there's some way to continue. It's like a half-secret cheat. You know, in that conversion process, that's where things go really wonky. video editing wise, because then the audio and video get desynced. The video gets kind of extra murky, which I'm okay with. It makes everything extra hazy for that, real hazy memory feel. I have uploaded some raw footage at some point just to see what, if YouTube algorithms can handle that better, and apparently they can, and it looks fine. So I have no idea what options I need to find in order to clean up that video. So sorry, you'll have to deal with the haze until I eventually figure that out. But the audio-video desync is the really hard part, because that has been different for every console. For whatever reason, whatever game console is attached to the VCR, that's changed the speed at which things play back. So I end up having to change the playback speed of the footage and the audio separately to get them to line back up. So dang it. Yeah, that works out. Yes. So, yeah, for whatever reason, it's been different per game console. So, the PlayStation where I started was, I think it's at 98 point, was it 90? It's 99.86. The N64, I think, was pretty comparable. The Super Nintendo needed to be slowed down to 99.7 something. And the NES, for whatever reason, needs to be sped up to... Yes, I did it. Oh, come on. The NES needs to be sped up to 100.25% playback speed. And that's just for video, mind you. Then the audio is about 10% slower than that. So in the case of the NES, that's still speeding it up some. But everything else is, it's slow. Oh. Wee. Oh, jeez. It's these ones. Rude. So anyway, yeah, video editing for this has been just kind of really tricky at times. And that's just to get things to sync up for video and audio of the footage, and then there's all of this is trying to get that to sync up to supposedly real time, which is my VO track. There's one of these. Yes, give me the star. Hey, did you know Mario's kind of hard? Oh, jeez. Made it. Anyway, I guess all of that is to say, that's why you're watching Mario on Thursday, instead of, starting the next series, because the next thing I want to do is, it's going to be a much longer series. Hopefully it works out. I haven't done a recording test for this game. I've never played this game. Oh. So I don't know if any of it is going to work out. Oh, jeez. So yeah, I don't want to start that on a week that's already busy with a bunch of traveling and everything. So yeah, don't no. So yeah, don't hold the Mario against me. hopefully that's been at least a little bit fun. I don't know. On this topic of all this tech stuff, that daisy chain of technology. Whoa, geez. I was not expecting to get the boost. Anyway, that daisy chain of technology is why I'm probably not going to do any more NES games. Because adding in another layer of possible failures of the, geez. No. Please no. Pew, pew, pew. But yeah, the short version is having the cartridge problem that the NES does. Didn't think I was going to make that. That's a rough jump. Hey, it's A and start. That's what it is. Anyhow, yeah, just having that extra layer of failure in this tech stack, like, you know, at that point it's not much more to add just one more point of failure. But like, even during Shadowgate, I kind of had the iffy time of like coming back, trying to load up the game, and just nope. Like the cartridge was slightly out of alignment. Like at some point I replaced my NES's internal cartridge reader slot thing. I don't know what that's called. The place what the sockets connect. Come to me, star. There you are. And even with that, you know, better, like, newer piece of kit running internally with my NES, it still is iffy trying to get NES cartridges to load. Like, it's just an alignment thing. It's tricky at times. Sometimes it works fine. Like, Mario loaded up almost perfectly on the first try. So, I don't know, maybe I'll come back to NES at some point. In fact, I found a game that I have no memory of buying this game. I don't know where it came from. I don't know when it entered my collection. I think it's Defenders of the Crown or something? Defenders of the Realm? No. Here we go. And yeah, just no idea where it came from. Just like looking through my NES cartridges, trying to find something to do for just this one-off, since my NES is still hooked up to the VCR. Dang it. I wonder if that's in the manual. This A and start thing to continue from where you left off. I forgot what I was talking about, aside from tech stacks. Right, this Defenders of the Realm game. I have no idea what it is. None whatsoever. I don't remember buying it at all. 2 points. Perfect. Straight through. It's just kind of there in my collection. I have no idea what it is. So, considered popping that open, and then I kind of forgot about it when I went to go record, because, like I said, I'm kind of cramming this in. Like, it's Wednesday evening, and I need to get this video out for tomorrow morning. So, wahoo! Anyway, next game is going to be on a new system. Hopefully everything will work out. I've never played this game. It's a... I just wasn't paying attention that time. Alright, we'll give it one more round and then I think we'll call this an episode. But yeah, it's going to be long-form JRPG time, and according to, you know, the website, what tells me how long games should be, it's like a 40-hour game, and the last several we've played have been like 10-hour games, except for the case of Shadowgate, which was like a 2-hour game apparently. 2.5, I guess. And yeah, I don't really know anything about this game. Like, I just know that it's supposed to be good. That's it. It comes highly recommended. That's it. And yeah, hopefully we'll start that next week. We'll see after the weekend how things are going, because, like I said, travel weekend, not... Yeah, traveling is exhausting. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I'll come back to NES stuff, just because adding that one last layer of cartridge failure on top of console failure, or VHS failure, or VCR failure, or digitizer failure, or old laptop failure, or new laptop failure, or external hard drive failure. Any of the things. Like, it's just... It's one layer too many. So, yeah. Also, I don't know, maybe Mario will change my mind on this, because, like, I was not particularly thrilled with the VCR effects for Shadowgate. Like, it really didn't change much. It just made the picture... just made the picture a little bit funny. As opposed to, like, the low poly 3D stuff from the N64 and PlayStation that makes it real hazy. That is definitely a look. We will definitely be coming back to those systems at some point, because sure do have a bunch of... No... Yeah, sure do have a bunch of those games too. But anyway, yeah, I guess we're calling it there. So, yeah, hopefully if you enjoyed this little one-off and like peek behind the scenes and just the ramble of like what even is a VHS play. Like, one side is an excuse for me to play these games I've had sitting around for years. I've been meaning to get around to for years. I just want to, get to some of my backlog. And the other side of it is the shared experience. Like the VHS stuff, it really does give things that hazy memory feel. And like, we kind of ran into this with Dino Crisis, and we'll definitely run into the new game, where it's not going to be about memories. It's going to be hazy because, but it also, like, that's when these games were out. At least some of them. There is one game that I can do at some point, and I'm probably going to, that is getting pretty far forward into the years. Because you'd be surprised what you can hook up to an old VCR, not VHS. Anyway, yeah, that's that. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully you've had some fun. We'll be back next week with the next big series. And yeah, I think I've said PS2 JRPG. Hopefully that's enjoyable. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play. Have yourself a lovely evening.